everyone, hope you enjoyed that little jam I composed for the intro of this video. But actually the purpose of that composition and this video in general is to demonstrate something based on a question that I received in the comment section of one of my previous videos, in which I was using a hardware multi-effects unit known as the Quad Cortex to process my guitar and everything, and it was with automated preset changes. And by that I mean my tones and the way my guitar sounds was changing over time without me actually clicking anything. And the question was as follows. He was asking, could you do the same automation if you're using any Neural DSP plugins on the DAW? So a digital audio workstation such as Logic or Ableton or Pro Tools. And this was asked by Loki_vlogger. So hey, the answer is absolutely. You can totally do this with just software alone. And for the purposes of this video, I'm just going to be using Logic to demonstrate the different parameters changing over time without you clicking anything. So yeah, you don't need a whole physical rig or anything, but I find it convenient for me when I'm playing live shows. It eliminates the blocker of, if I have a microphone over here and I have to click on a pedal and I look down, all of a sudden it's inaudible because obviously physics, I'm not facing the mic anymore. But that's no longer a problem thanks to technology and automation, because I don't have to click anything for my tones to change. So enough of that. That should give you enough context. So with that being said, I'm just going to go ahead and show you how to do that by opening up my Logic project session. So without further ado, here we go. Alright, so I got my headphones in and my Logic project open. So first things first, what I want to show you is the very first automation that I programmed in was the little filter. So this is represented here with these curves for all of these bands that are associated with the Archetype plugin over here in this EQ section. So if I press play, you should see this moving automatically. So everything from 65 Hertz to 500 Hertz is slowly rising up right here, and it drops, so it's all that more impactful. So it's not only happening here, but I also have some automation for some drums here. So if you look over here at these lanes, there's an EQ. So at first it starts off really small, and it slowly starts to open up. Right, so that just makes it all more impactful when it comes in, and it sounds super focused, and the contrast is really what makes it impact so hard. So the next thing that I have programmed in here is the multi-voicer. So for this guitar, if I solo it out, you can see, you can really hear that it's going to change to a harmonizer. So basically I have these different intervals set for a fifth and a third, so it sounds like a chord if I'm playing a single note. And yeah, switching over from clean to that. And what else is going on? We have a second guitar switching amps. So I have another instance where we're coming from clean to overdrive, and you can see that in this amp type section, from what it's known as Cherub's amp to pink lead amp, and we can hear that here. So that's that. What else we got here? We also have an overdrive pedal that kicks in for the solo. So this over here. That, along with the switching amps, we got an overdrive. And I should mention here that we also have some automation happening with this synth bass from a plugin called Massive from Native Instruments, which is awesome. So basically what I have going on is, basically we're adjusting this knob over here for intensity and the cutoff. So you're getting a rising kind of low to high frequency shift that I thought sounded cool. And everything over here is associated to those parameters that I just mentioned. And it sounds like this by itself. And with everything combined, sounds pretty cool. So what else we got? After that, obviously we go back to clean on the amp. I kind of let it ring out a bit. But you can see here it's going from pink to white, which is basically heavy to clean. So soloed out, that's this guitar part. So yeah, that's pretty much all the automation I have in this particular demo. Not a lot going on, but as you can see here, this saves a lot of CPU because instead of having a ton of different audio tracks for your different guitar tones, I pretty much just consolidate it to 2, and I'm not limited to just 2 tones. You know, I'm switching back and forth from clean to heavy on these different ones and engaging certain pedals, and yeah, pretty cool. And you can go crazy with this. I mean, you can apply reverb automated to vocals or distortion to a snare. You know, the world is your oyster. So now I'm going to demonstrate how to do this from scratch because I already had this pre-programmed in. But let's say we create a new audio file and we add our plugin of choice. Let's just go with this same one, Archetype Tim Henson. And let's say we wanted to turn on the reverb pedal for this intro. I soloed it out. You click A to open that automation window, and you go to this drop down that says read, and you switch to touch to switch over from the defaulted value. And after that, you pretty much just press play, and whatever parameters you adjust with your mouse will be captured in real time. So for example, right now I'm going to click on this delay pedal, and you see this purple line showed up, but when I released the mouse click, it actually turned back off. So we're going to want to undo that by, in the post, just clicking on that second point and deleting it, and it'll remain active until you define it to not be the case. So click another dot here and another one to bring it down, and let's say we do it on measure 7. It disengages. So that's done. We go back to read, so nothing you click next will be recorded. So you got to remember that. That'll be tragic if, well, I mean, you can always undo things, but you don't want to make mistakes. Obviously, it's going to happen, but you know what I mean. You learn from mistakes. You do want to make mistakes, and it's totally okay. But anyways, if you can see this over here, you'll see that it engages, and then on measure 7 it turns back off. So that's that, and literally any parameter within this plugin can be automated by just recording what you adjust with your mouse. But yeah, that was pretty much it. Hope that helps, and I'd be happy to make more videos. If you have any more questions, just leave it in the comments below. So hope you have a blessed day. Until next time.